just so you know, because we've been friends for many years.
Yeah, too many.
Yeah, so I thought, 可能我们可以在这边爆内幕. I can tell you a little bit more about what happens behind the scene a little bit, actually. All right? So
You
this song,
Mandarin so that half of them can't understand. Like,
we can do either.
okay.
Okay. So this song, as you're listening to Come Back to You, did you feel that it was very National Day? Was it a bit NDP?
No.
No, it wasn't?
No.
Okay.
That was not our intention, right?
It wasn't, but it was very rousing, wasn't it?
It was rousing, yes.
It was rousing. Okay.
It was arousing,
I like that
yes.
word. Yeah.
Strangely, when you say it, it just sounds a little different.
Rousing.
I know.
No.
Yeah, when Ben says anything, it's more rousing.
Okay, but now you haven't known each other for that long already, and it's already started.
Well, Ben has that effect, like Ben just to see something and all the girls is going to scream, right? Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna test that out a little bit. All right, I'm gonna give Jimmy this challenge. Let's have the camera on the audience. Can we do that? So we're just gonna excellent, light up the audience a little bit.
So many
So,
people.
if you're a fan of Sam Willows, scream! Ah! Do you manage to capture that? Okay. If you're a fan of Jimmy, yeah, scream!
No, you're gonna...
Wow!
Well, I didn't realize that two fans could make that much noise.
This is when the
I have,
minister
two
would like to
fans,
ask,
like,
吴亚博,
yeah, okay, what does that mean? Like,
No, is it real?
is it real? No, like I said, if I have two people in the audience, I planted them.
Who are very loud.
They
Like
have
Michael Chang was
16.
over there,
Yeah.
just screaming out loud like
Hey.
that. 哎，不错哎，宝刀未老哎，原来你的 fans 这么多，演唱会就没有问题了。
Okay, yeah, I hope so. Yeah. All of you better come.
Yeah,
all of
so
you better come.
Jimmy's got a concert coming up.
Yeah, on September the 12th.
All right, so we're plugging a little bit of that.
You guys are coming.
But how was it like working with Jimmy on this song?
Well, I mean, it was definitely very interesting because we've never worked with someone like him before. We walked in immediately, and so he was like, "Okay, guys," and his house is fantastic, by the way. And he's like, "Oh, come here, let me give you all the food in the world." And then he pulls out like this gigantic mahjong paper and goes, "Okay, this is my draft 1 of the lyrics. This is my draft 2. This is my draft 3. Okay, now I'm at draft 6. I wrote it on Monday at this time, and this was the weather, and this was how I was feeling."
And then we had our iPhones and
We
we're
were
like,
like,
okay, never mind.
Okay, let's
That
find
is-
the
that
lyrics
is
somewhere.
that is the generation gap. Like,
Now you know.
Like people like me write on big pieces of paper. This generation have their iPhone, their iPads, and then everything is not written. They kind of like referencing and Googling and YouTubing it, and I'm like totally lost. Like I don't know what's happening. Like,
But what I heard was that this is actually the last song to be included in the album because you wanted to keep it till the very last entry. You wanted to, kind of like size out everybody else, want to know what they're
that's
doing.
the politically correct story that you heard.
What
Like,
is the
actually, I
politically
think we were
incorrect?
one of the first ones to start working on it, right? Like
I
took
don't know
the
when
longest.
yeah, I think we were one of the first ones to start working on it.
Because we spent so much time eating,
yeah,
Jimmy.
we spent so much
Where
time.
is the songwriting?
I think our first few sessions, we actually didn't write anything. We just were just talking.
We had buns,
Yeah.
very good buns.
Yeah, yeah, and we had. You have to clarify it's bread.
Oh,
you know,
bread.
She's referring to bread.
Yeah, we have
Yes.
bread buns.
In this setting, like buns
Yes.
can mean something else.
And you
like,
introduced yuzu tea to us as well.
Yeah, that's
Right.
true. Yeah,
Very
Ben?
healthy.
Yeah.
Can you say bread buns?
Bread buns. No.
See,
See? You know what I
See?
mean?
Bread buns.
Just sounds wrong.
you could just
Right.
feel that frisson of like tension go
What's the
through
best thing
audience.
about working together with Jimmy?
It's really the experience. I mean, like what Narelle said as well. It's
Do you
something
mean that in a different way? He's really experienced, you can, tell.
Let me finish. No, because I mean, like Narelle said, when you go in and it's a totally different experience, like mahjong paper, and I mean personally, and I'm pretty sure for all of us as well, when you write things down, it's totally different. It's more organic, and there is a certain, people you still like to write with pen and paper, you know what I mean? And so with this, like, reintroduction to this. Yeah, it's more personal and there's more personality to it. It's like, it was like a nice reminder of like, hey, let's take things back. to
Does
where
that
we
mean that
began.
they never knew people could compose with pen and paper?
What
I
is
know
pen and
anyone
paper?
who
I don't know
yeah,
what that is.
I don't know anyone who
It means
composes
stylus
pen
and
and
iPad.
paper.
Is that like a new
I'm-
Apple iPhone or something?
Yeah, you see. Like,
Right.
I mean, for me, it was great working with them because they're so organic and it's like there are 4 of them, right? So obviously 4 heads are better than 1. So I was really very envious of their working process because they have this camaraderie that is kind of, sometimes they're talking in a different language and I don't know what they're talking about. So I just sit down there and just eat my
Sorry,
buns
Jimmy.
and wait for them to kind of thrash it out. But I kind of really do envy that because, like, I mean, I only kind of argue with myself. I'm kind of like a psycho. Like, do I do this or that? And I'm talking to myself. But to have like 3 other, like, you know, really good friends working with you on something is, I think it's really special. And I think you guys are so blessed. Yeah.
Jimmy.
He's just trying to trick you into, you
No,
know,
plus
appearing in
really,
this concert.
really,
you
when
know.
I first heard I was going to work with them, I was kind of worried because they're like really hot, right? I mean, like they're like, to me, like they're the hottest.
Oh, come
new
on, you're not too bad
band
yourself.
in
Guys,
Singapore,
this is where you
right?
scream.
So I thought they're going to be like these big-headed young punks who like come in and say
Yes.
that, oh, we're really popular, so I'm not going to listen to you. But they were so nice. I mean, that was the thing that really got me. They were really so nice and they're so down to earth and so normal, despite the fact that they look like fashion models. But
That's
they're
true.
really, really very nice people. And
Yes.
they, you know, so and that, I think that's the biggest takeaway for me. That, you know, you can be really popular, but you can still be really nice and normal.
Aw,
Yeah.
that's so
Oh,
nice.
We can say the same for you, Jimmy.
Um,
Ben, can you say Jimmy, yeah?
I feel no.
Oh, see?
See, he
See?
doesn't want to say my
Big-headed
name.
already. You know, refuse to say your name. What do you hope Singaporeans are going to take away with this song?
Sorry again?
What do you hope all the audience out there and any listeners who are downloading this song, what do you hope that they'll take from the song?
Why did I get the most difficult question?
Because you have the top knot. Like,
I see.
did you see his hair? Like, it's new. Like,
I think Singaporeans today are more receptive to Singapore music in general. So I think not taking away from this song or this 5 songs alone, I think taking away the whole culture of Singapore music being good, you know, that you like Singapore music that is not, you know, any less than anything in the United States or UK. So I think the culture of liking and appreciating Singapore artists and Singapore work, that's what I hope Singaporeans will take away from this.
Thank you so much.
actually, I had to add on because, like, great job, John. Like, see the
Vote
top
for
knot
John
work.
Chua.
But I think the thing I realized when listening to all 5 songs from Sing Love is the songs are all really positive songs. You know, like you hear on the radio and like there are a lot of kind of broken-hearted love songs and negative love songs and everything. But these 5 songs on the album are all really positive sentiments.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping that even after 2015, when SG50 is over, people will still go to these songs because they're good songs to remind you of the positive things in life, whether it's about a country or your friends or family.
I agree. I think that, I mean, if you hear this song, it's a song about friendship and love. And I think sometimes we can be very hard on our country. You just got to look at Facebook, right? Look at your timeline and you see how hard we are on ourselves. But it's not cheesy to say that sometimes it's important to love your country. And only when you love your country that you can start to affect change from wherever you are, be it a politician or a musician. So it's really about love at the end of the day.
That's so true. And sometimes we're very hard on our musicians as well, and our own talents. 还是要让你用华语说几句话，好不好？
Okay.
你觉得既然这次跟年轻人一起合作，你觉得新加坡未来的音乐道路会是怎么样的
Why do I get the most difficult question?
？Because you are the
Like,
smartest.
I don't have the top
Because you're
knot.
Jimmy Yang.
Yeah. Well, 我觉得其实现在我是非常的庆幸，因为我已经有一阵子没有出来唱了嘛。那我觉得我非常的幸运，因为我一出来唱就碰到这么棒的年轻的音乐人。还有，我觉得现在其实新加坡的英文歌坛是非常非常的蓬勃的。因为有一阵子它其实没有什么。但是这几年来，我觉得除了 Sam Willows， 还有 Charlie Lim， 还有 Cesari， 还有 General Bones， 还有这么多这么有为跟很有才华的年轻人都在唱英语。我是希望他们有些也会来唱中文歌，好吧？可以的，
是的，
可以。
喂，
Yeah.
有反应。好，我们为新加坡的才华热烈鼓掌。
谢谢
Jimmy Ye
谢谢大家。
and Sam Willows. Thank you so much. Thank you.